It is a new beginning for the young lady, for she depended on her mom. 2 days now, she and her 2 children have been staying with neighbors.
Gunshots this morning in what has been described as attempts by separatist fighters to block these West region travel agency buses could arrive town before 9 a.m. contrary to the usual arrival hour of 5:30 or 6 a.m. Among those caught in the web was the president of the national call on the governor billed for 9 a.m. that was this morning. I'll bring you updates on that story in our subsequent editions of the news. As back to school approaches, elites in the crisis, the case with elites of Cliquez to seek strategies.
Cliquez remains one of the villages in Boyo division heavily shattered by the ongoing socio-political crisis in the northwest and southwest regions. A couple of houses burnt to ashes and many people forced to flee the village. And today, there is hope of rekindling life within the community. Time to bring the different actors into common reasoning that will give the village a first lift.
That hope, our aim is to bring that things will be a lot different in the bushes, to tell them that it is time we reason together.
I am Cliquez is the common driving force that brought together the sons and daughters of Cliquez on the same table this weekend in Yaoundé to establish mechanisms of stirring up growth back home, despite the persistent turbulent moments.
We can decide to grow, continue to move even with the problems that are there.
The Pioneer AGM was also a moment to challenge indigenes to unite now than ever before to rescue motherland from drowning.
I've gathered more than 150, build solidarity and see how we can progress, how we can develop our village.
It was also an occasion for the Cliquez elites to intensify calls for parents to shun fear and heighten the campaign for effective school resumption this September.
Then some have been lamenting over as student journalists from Yaoundé.
Holidays is almost getting to an end and school resumption is knocking on the doors. Many parents are preparing to ensure an effective back to school for their children. The financial charges during the holidays are enormous, they say, as they spend much when children are in the house than when they go to school. During the classes, we have a fixed budget for every week. The end of holidays and hard times, also a problem to Mbetin Vogo, as she finds it difficult to pay her children's school fees because we start our children in school. While many are wondering how they will handle the situation, others say they have been preparing long ago. I don't wait to pay their school fees and other school furniture. The holidays and the new year is coming in. No matter what, parents are making all the impossible possible just for their children to go back to school come next month.
Remorse of an eventual change of the official date for the resumption of classes for the 2021-2022 school year. Talking on national television last night, the Secretary General said there are rather proposals that have made to hierarchy to that effect. Reopening dates might notice a modification, but despite this, parents have been preparing for a back to school despite challenges of financial difficulties. We'll certainly come back to that for more details. Administrative authorities as projects.
Most public projects for the year 2021 in the central region, the execution of some moving at a very snail pace, while others have been completely abandoned by ghost contractors. Seeking for a way forward on the state of such projects in the central region is the object of this consultation meeting between Governor Nasser.
We have a lot of problems of site, problems of
172 projects already in
senior divisional officers and divisional officers tasked to assemble all the loopholes within 1 week for validation and onward.
Farmers and livestock government embarks on affected by security crisis. Ines Onduambala with the rest of that story.
Njume Bernard is a farmer He heads a common initiative group based in Mwambong village in Kupe Mwanengumba division of the southwest region of Cameroon. But since the start of the security crisis, Njume Bernard and his team have been facing challenges due to the absence of a warehouse. Today, the government, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development and the Ministry of Livestock, Fishery and Animal Husbandry, has given financial assistance to members of CIGs in the southwest region. Just like Njume Bernard, many farmers and livestock breeders in Meme, Manu and Kupe Mwanengumba have received subvention through the project PCP ASIFA.
This crisis has put that region, our farmers, into difficulties, and we are behind them. And now we resume financing the point in the southwest. It's very special for us, and we are going to put all our effort behind our farmers so that they can now improve their production, their productivity, and also the cash flow, the market that they lost.
It is a step forward in boosting agriculture and livestock sectors in the crisis-hit southwest region.
A subvention is a seed that they need to plant, and with the harvest, they can use it to improve their lives.
Farmers are planting, the state has improved tremendously as compared to 2019.
The PCP ASIFA project is a tool of the government aimed at promoting second-generation agriculture for a more productive and competitive agriculture in the country.
That's the end of this edition of Newscast on Canal International. Thanks so much for watching. But don't go away, for coming up next is the brief with Little Fuju. As for me, I'll be back tomorrow for another edition. Good night.